What is up, legends? We are back and we're back in HypeWatch. Now, it's been a very interesting week. Street Fighter Duel has blown up. It's blown up on the channel. We're doing well to the point where I actually got sponsored to do a video, which you will probably see about in a few hours. When I'm actually doing this video right now, you'll probably see it because it's Friday. So yeah, so what we're gonna get into, what I do on HypeWatch is basically talk about the PC games coming up, FGC stuff coming, and mobile. So we're gonna get right into it with Black Faith of Forsaken, and this is a Souls-like game that is actually coming out. It's Land of Rock. It should be well ahead of that. What? This is wrong. It should be like in a few hours. Maybe it's because I didn't refresh this page, but it should be in a few hours. Anyway, this is, it just looks like Bloodborne slash Demon Souls slash Elden Ring. I think that's what they were going for too, just to get that money, especially with Elden Ring announcing that they got their the DLC coming, and I'm excited for that. I'm definitely gonna put it up on the channel. You see, we're back to streaming again, even though the first stream was terrible. But we're back to streaming again, so yeah. And look at this. This actually looks like it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I put in to get a key. I have not gotten one yet, obviously, because it would say that I have it prepped and ready. But hopefully they see mercy on this low level YouTuber, as I call myself, and give me a key and allow me to actually play the game and show it to you guys. So here's hoping. Next up, we have WWE 2K23. I never thought I would actually put this on the channel, but I was actually asked to talk about it a little bit because it's supposed to. Is that really Logan Paul? Like, anyway, I was actually showcase this a little bit so we can, just give it a look. They said that it's supposed to be revolutionary. It's gonna be different from all the previous years. They say that all the time about 2K. 2K and sort of basketball, and as far as wrestling, they say that every single year. But we'll see if they actually keep their word on it and it's going to be lit. I want it to be lit because I want to play the story mode. The story modes are always fun in these wrestling games, and this year is what? Step into the ring as bad. I didn't even know that. American Saga. This is an RPG manager. And that just messed me up. I want to end video right now, but it's supposed to be kind of cool. So this is a mobile game title that you guys could pick up if you wish, and rock out with that. It's supposed to be really fun. I hope it's really fun. It is available right now for you guys to download. I have not gotten a chance to actually review this because I'm super busy this week doing a lot of stuff. Off YouTube, even though it's a very busy YouTube week for me. I'm still doing this other stuff and life stuff. The next up we have is Uncharted Waters, which is also available right now. It doesn't have a good, like, people are really complaining about this game, saying that it's lagging, that it crashes and everything else like this, but I want to actually get in and try it because Uncharted Waters, like, it's old school. It's old school, and I'm really hoping that it's gonna bring back that old school feeling, because I remember this is one of the games that I had like on PC. It's like one of the first games I traditionally had where you just get lost in it, and it's not even about like being gangster and action packed and everything else. You just wanted to win. You want to explore. You want to get the to open up new stories and stuff like that. It was the first game where I actually liked that was like that. And I think mainly because it was strat and it made me feel a little bit like Final Fantasy Tactics. So yeah. Next up we have is Changers. This might be the hidden hype of the week right here, because Changers is a cool game. However, it does not work properly on emulation, at least not for me. Works on my cell phone, so I was rocking on a cell phone, and the ability to actually change, and when you play the game and you do spells and stuff like this, you change into other people. Basically, that's why it's essentially called, Changers. Like if you have a swordman and you change it to a swordman, or a caster or a healer and stuff like that. And it's a really interesting gameplay. I hate the whole vertical thing and stuff like that, but it might be a thing and people might like it. it just really might be one of those niche games that just is there and that people like it, but not many people are going to play it. It's unfortunate. Next up, we have Survival IO, which is basically they're hanging on to the vampire idle game play and stuff like that. That's what this is. It's another game like that where you can pretty much gacha. It's supposed to be cutesy and you gotta survive and everything else like that. So we'll see. Next up, we have a Paranormal Site. This is the only aid game on this list, not outside of PC stuff or mobile. This game is scary as F. They have a Steam version of this game as well, and a console version of this game as well. Square actually wanted me to cover this game and offered me a key for this game, and I was like, nah, I'm okay. I don't need whatever this is right here and this icon looking at me on video and haunting my computer. So certain things, I really think in a past life, I joke about this, but I think it's real. I think in the past life I was a completely Asian man, and I died to a ghost or something like this because I do not like Chinese ghosts. Like it's something just immediately gets irked in me. I'm not scared of anything else in the world. Like I've been shot at, attacked, everything that you could possibly think, fell from things in my life and was never scared. But Chinese ghost, any depiction of it, something in my soul does not like it. So I think in a past life I died somehow like that, or was scared to death or something. It ain't happening. Like War Thunder Mobile, pre-register now that we are up to right now. I am not a War Thunder fan. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just gonna be real with you. But on mobile, I might give it a shot because I like sim stuff. I'm more of a space guy, which you're gonna see what the hype of this week is. But I'll give it a shot. This pre-register up, and we'll give it a go. Against War, again, more war theme mobile games, and again, I'm kind of into strategy stuff, so I'll also give this a shot too. I wanted to put it up to let you guys take a look at it because they're usually fun, but they usually have like this thing, like you got to marry people, have kids, and then all of a sudden, like the kids grow up and then they're generals too. It's weird. They do stuff like that in these games, but usually that's what it's about. And they got a waifu right there, so you probably gonna have to marry her, have babies, and all that type of stuff, and get child support. So look forward to that. Next up is Minion Raid Epic Monsters. This one is interesting because you have a bunch of field that you can take advantage of, and as you can see, PvP and stuff like that. So I just want to throw it up. This again might be another niche game where that's kind of like there, or it's gonna have like its fan base and then maybe eventually fade away like after like 2 or 3 years. So, but still, I wanted to put it up there because it's something to play. Eastern Odyssey. This one is actually surprisingly good. It's another one that emulation does not do well with, but the voice acting in this game is on point. It's not trash. And I was shocked because I was expecting trash voice acting because it looked like the game was like good graphics and good UI and good art and stuff. And I found a lot of this is AI art now, which I'm a bit sad for that. But they got to make these games, so I guess I'm in the middle on that. I want artists to get paid, basically. Like, I'm not an artist. I wish I could draw because life would be a lot easier and a lot of things for me. But I just want artists to get paid. So I hope that the whole AI versus AI artist, AI versus artist thing gets worked out where artists just get paid at the end of the day. That's my opinion on it. Inazuna 11 is a soccer RPG type of game, which it's a bit weird. It kind of reminds me of maybe like Kuroko no Basuka, stuff like that, like just very anime-ish, where you just get like a character and you got to go through and get good at soccer and then your team wins, and it's kind of cool. These games usually end up being kind of lit. We be trolling. This guy looks like he's from Pokemon. This guy right here. Like this guy right next to the ball on the top right, he looks like a Pokemon character. Matter of fact, everybody looks like a Pokemon character. Now that I look at it, who's the artist? I bet the artist draws for Pokemon. Because it just straight up look like Ash about to come out and start doing his thing. Anyway, next up. Oh, actually, I went out of it. So let's go over here. We're on Q app, so let's go over here. There we go. So next up, we have Waifu City. We have Waifu City, which this is Hayes. Like, bruh. Look at the ad right next to it. All right, this is gonna be. This game is gonna be ridiculous. I don't even think this game is going to be good because they lead in way too much. They do way too much for this game to be good. When they do stuff like this, that means the game ain't going to be good. I really hate to say that, but I will show you guys this. Let you guys, pre-register and everything else. It's going to be waifu bait. It's going to be Nikkei all over again, and everybody going to get mad when they can't see butt. And and stuff like that. Even though this is so big, it might as well be a but whatever. Next up, we have the hype of the video, which is the last thing that we're going to showcase today, which is Starfield. Everybody should be hyped for this. If you are a Skyrim fan, this is essentially look at Dr. Disrespect. I like Dr. Disrespect, even though some people be hating on him and don't like him because he it's an act. Because if you ever watch him act normally. He's a really nice person and like soft-spoken and stuff like this. But when he's Dr. Disrespect, he's like out there. Like he gotta be an act. Sometimes people can't change the act. Like like they can't separate the act from the actual person. And he has a pretty interesting act. Obviously, like he making bank, so you gotta respect it. But as far as Starfield, I'm super wanting to get into this because it's gonna be, space sim. You're gonna be out in the field basically with other people, making your own ship, how your ship actually looks, going places, making bases, finding planets and stuff like this. And there's the date that it comes out. I'm on board 100% on the channel. Getting a new computer for this, getting the hype. I'm gonna be streaming. I'm gonna be somewhere on some planet somewhere shooting monsters and chilling with y'all. Like, if y'all gonna be playing Starfield 2, y'all come to my base. Come to my planet. I'm gonna found a planet and call it Legendville. All right, so what I want to do is kind of end of the video. I always like now to show like the rankings of where everything is at. Raid is still in the same spot it is. Street Fighter Duel is up to number 2. Chilling there strong, making a lot of money ahead of Summoner's War that is just chilling here. Summoner's War is just never not gonna make money for whatever reason. Nikkei is in its 4th spot, still chilling. Marvel Strike Force, I have no idea why this is here. Look at the rating on it, the 4.0. They must have put like some god tier, like T'Challa, gold-plated T'Challa or something like that for them to still be sitting here like that. Star Wars Galaxy, which is just always here. Hero Wars, which this is the combination of Hero Wars on like several different things. Like Hero Wars is just all over the place, so it's gonna make bang. Diablo Immortal went up one thing. I really want to come back to that, but I just don't want to give Blizzard views because even when they kicked out the people that they had there, the people who are left are still just as dirty. And like Blizzard just need to be renamed, like sold to somebody else, fire everybody, and then redo it all over again, which probably will never happen. So like I just don't want to give them views. Like them and Nintendo piss me off. That's just a me thing. And I tried. Remember, I was actually trying to play Diablo Immortal, and like I just saw what they were doing with the gacha and everything else like that, and I was like, I just can't. That 7 Deadly Sins is falling out because their thing is now over. Epic Heroes, again, another game that I don't know why this is number 10 right here. Look at this rating. Like, this is not a good game. FGO probably should be higher because every time FGO come out with a character at that joint, like they're like Dokkan. Every time they come out with a character, they trending, immediately. Like, it's crazy. AFK Arena hanging on at 12. I don't know what the hell Mighty Party is, but it's here because that wasn't here the last 2 weeks. King's Choice is kind of like one of those waifu city builder games. It is what it is. Eternal Evolution chilling At 15, Maple Story M out of nowhere is just here. It was not here before. Every Legion is climbing up. I don't think this is that great of a game, but apparently somebody does. Bloodline Hero Olympus. I don't know how this got that much either, but it's here. Game of Sultans is another waifu simulator. I actually had this on the channel, and it got a lot of views. People was like really liking this game. I was like, okay, I guess y'all like making babies and stuff. Okay. WWE Champions hanging on. Pokemon Masters. Pokemon Masters wasn't this high up before. So it must have rose and fell from the last HypeWatch to now, because it was definitely Pokemon Masters was like down like at 80 before. Epic 7 chilling at 22 right now, kind of like hanging on. Mr. Moonrise fell down. Remember, Mr. Moonrise was like up here somewhere, like at 10 and 11. I was like, bro, this is a clone game. Why the hell is this even in the top 25? That's still impressive though. Cookie Run Kingdom hanging on at 24. Marvel Future Fight, which is like the new, like I really want to get back into Marvel Future Fight, but every time I cut that game on, I'm like, what is happening? Like I don't understand what they left Future Revolution for dead. By the way, that game is dead. They literally said we're not going to be doing much like expansion or patches or updates for this game. Essentially saying that it's dead, but they just didn't cut the game off. They just leaving it there for everybody to play with the same event cycle going over and over again right now. So it's just GG. Blue Archive is hanging in at 12. Mobile Legends hanging in. 12 down rather. Blue Archive. That's because all the event stuff is over. But next week is going to be back again because they got a big event next week. Puzzle and Conquest hanging in there at 28. Immortal. Wow, this is here. This was like way down. Like this was like what? It was maybe like beyond 100. So that's up here now. Viking Guard staying where it's at. Legend of Neverland hanging in tight. This is I keep telling them, like 1 million downloads. This is a very good idle game. This is a very good idle game. They went from being the Genshin clones, like, hijacking characters. You remember that meme, to being a really good idle game. They turned it into something really nice. So props to them. Love Nikki is a dress-up game. It literally says that. King's Throne, Grand Summoners. Let's just speed this up. Marvel Quest, Identity V is another good game. Memento Mori falling out of stuff because it should have never been up here to begin with, but that's another thing. Life After, Evertale hanging on. Blade and Soul Evolution. This is higher than what I would ever have thought this should actually be. Eminence in the Shadow falling out basically because it don't deserve a 3.4. This game steadily progresses. It steadily progresses and gets better, but as long as they have the gear system the way it is, it's never going to be top 25. And I keep saying it over the videos, and the devs just keep not doing that one thing that would make the game great. This is literally the one thing that would make the game great, is fix the gear system. Fix it so it don't take like your whole day of stamina to make one piece of gear. Dissidia is at 51. Legend of Phoenix, Unison League, RuneScape hanging in there. Ulala, I had to tell somebody, it's like, ooh, this is still a great game. I was like, and I have to let people know, just because you think something is a great game and you like it does not correlate to making money. Okay, like it doesn't mean anything. I can like something all I want. It does not mean that they are making bank. They can just have me liking them, and I'll be by myself, and everybody else will be looking at me like I ain't playing that, and that's fine. You can like it, and I could like the stuff that I like, but it doesn't mean that it makes money. Brave Exvius wasn't this high before either, so that's a climb. Puzzle Combat, Dragon Raja. Dragon Raja was higher, but it's climbing back again. Dragon Raja is probably the most complete game, and this is saying a lot, the most complete feature-rich game on this list right now, besides Tower Fantasy, because Tower Fantasy is actually up there as far as feature-rich. When I say feature-rich, I mean that the game is stuffed. Like, it literally becomes like a life. You have a game life. You got taxes and everything. Not you don't have taxes, but you like, well, in Dragon Roger you got house taxes. Like, and as soon as you log in, they be like, we took your kid. Go get your kid. That's what that's what they did to me 3 days ago when I logged in. Like, you did, like, you for neglect, we took your kids. I had to go get my kid back. Yes, I got a kid in that game because reasons, and then I had to pay taxes on my house. Like, I was like, bruh, I don't want to play this no more. Legendary Game of Heroes, Starfall Fantasy, which is falling, it deserves, because it was never that good, so it deserves to fall down. Age of Magic falling out. Slime of Psychic Memories just needs to. Bandai again. I don't care. Bandai be butthurt every time I diss them, but they need to just not suck. That's what it needs. Whoever's doing mobile just needs to not suck, and you be all right. Like, I don't understand. There's another game where a game been out for like a year and a half. All they have to do is make the pity carry over, that you could use pity on whatever you want. It's so simple. It's the simplest thing that you can do to fix that game and make people be more inclined to actually spend and happy to go on banners, but they won't do it. They won't do it. Nikkei doing it. Look where Nikkei is number 2 on grossing right now. But you would think Bandai would have somebody who pays attention to the goddamn list on grossing and be like, you know what? Why are we sucking? No, they ain't got that. They ready to email me talking about their feelings hurt. Yes, that happened. One Punch Man, the strongest, also down here. Be the King, Judge, Destiny, Time Princess, One Piece Treasure. This deserves to be higher. Path of Nowhere. Now see, Path of Nowhere was actually at, if we remember before, it was like 90. So it's saying it's 40 up. So they're actually climbing right now, which is good. They deserve to climb because it's a good game. I don't know why this game is so far down here. It hurts my feelings. And then when you do videos on the game, nobody really watches the videos either. It doesn't matter who does the video. I do the videos. Zox does videos on it. A few other people do videos on it. People just don't care about the game, and it's so good. And I'm like, I don't understand the games that where you have to use your brain a little. The world just be like, nah. They be like, nah, we ain't with it. We need Genshin. We need Genshin. And you know what's the funny thing about that? Genshin literally said, we not making this game harder because we don't want to stress people out, because they know y'all ain't gonna play the game if they made it harder. But that's when I quit. When they said that, nah, this is a casual game. I was like, all right, well, I ain't casual like that, so I'm done. I actually went in and I got Daya the first summon, the black cat girl in Genshin, and I uninstalled. All I wanted to do was just get her. Straight up uninstalled. I had Genshin on my computer for 2 months waiting for her to show up. And I was like, I'm going to summon to see what happens. She came out first summon, dipped. Peace out. Uninstall. Ain't coming back. I got the black girl. I'm going. So, Konosuba, Nevermore, M, Walking, Princess Connect. Counterside needs to be higher, unfortunate. I just don't think Counterside is ever going to be a hit, to be honest. Again, you have to think in Counterside and be strategic and, you know builds and build your characters properly and stuff like this. And it's not as easy, and I know this is probably going to trigger people, as Arknights is, as far as that. Arknights has a lot of modes and fleshed out stuff. It's feature rich too, and I don't think Counterside is ever going to surpass that. Even though I think Counterside is a better game, overall, I don't think it's going to surpass that. So it's like when you put both of those games together, I think Path to Nowhere is suffering from that too. And a lot of games are about to suffer from that, except for maybe Street Fighter. When Star Rail comes out, Star Rail is going to decimate the rest of the gacha landscape. Like, they better make money now. They better figure it out right now, because when Star Rail come out, it's over for all of you. All of your net worth is going down by like 25 to 50%. Not that game is just that great. It's a good game, and it's good enough with how big Hoyo versus library is and fan base that is going to drain away everybody on this list, and they're all going down basically. Now, if they're going to all cancel and whatever else. Also, I don't know why Higan wanted to decide to release their game in the same month around the same frame as Star Rail, they want to die too. So they're already done. That's what we're talking about global. I would never do that. I would wait. I would be nowhere near in some other month. And that's again, somebody in that company is just not paying attention. You want to be nowhere near Star Rail. If I was Hegan isn't a good enough game to be in the same month as Star Rail. They just want to die, basically at this point. So they want their game to die. And then we got Guardian Tales. Guardian Tales was not on the top 100, so they rise from the ashes and got in here in the top 100. But Guardian Tales is probably on the way out too. Another feature-rich game that deserves better, by the way. So that's all I got and you guys this week. I hope you had fun with this. I like to do this, like I said, every week, just to put perspective on games so you guys can see money flow and everything else. Excuse me. Now, a lot of people talk about Dokkan and Legends. Dokkan and Legends are action games, and they are not on this list. What you have to do for them is we have to go over here, and then boom, you get all that stuff. And this is where you start to get, like, you see Dokkan and Legends being in the same spot. Damn near. You got Honkai chilling right there, which is impressive that Honkai is number 9, but that's because it's going towards the end of the story. And Honkai, where's the Genshin? Genshin isn't in action anymore? Is it not considered action anymore? 1 second. Because it's not in role playing. Yeah, I would have noticed that. It's just not on the list right now. It was not in simulation. Definitely not in simulation. All right, well, either way, maybe adventure. Yeah, it's an adventure. There we go. So from there, the next big thing that I can tell you, guys, that is probably going to take over, and I'm going to be playing that definitely hardcore, is the Harry Potter game. Basically, the Harry Potter mobile game. You saw what happened with the PC game, despite people picketing it and trying to bully everybody playing it. It ended up being one of the greatest launches and concurrent games on Steam of all time. And I think a lot of that was because they were picketing like that and trying to bully people out of playing it. All they did was just make more people play it out of spite. I feel there were better ways to go about doing that. What they should have did, if they wanted to bring up the whole trans right thing, we're going to end with this, is bring it up parallel to Harry Potter. I wouldn't have done it that way. That's just me. If I was into the whole trans thing, like I'm just a bystander looking on at it, but I feel that them trying to be annoying to everybody and bully people out of playing it was just not the way to go, because that would just make people dislike the whole movement. What you should have did is say, okay, well, the IP owner kind of doesn't like us right now, so let's have a discussion on that. Like, play the game, chill with the game, and then say, hey, like, could you support trans rights? Could you like hang out and say, we want to feel down as well. We want to feel comfortable in this game as well. And people would have stuck around and actually listened to that. When you jump in people's face, you can't play this, and if you play this, you're an a-hole and stuff. All people do is tune you out. That's all that happened. The whole world basically tuned out the trans right movement, which is messed up. But it's because of how it was handled. If they had just turned around and said and used the game as a platform, it would have been a completely different story. But maybe that's too much common sense for me. Like it would have been a completely different story. They would have been having streamers talking about trans rights and getting everybody to be happy and chill together. And like, I don't know, maybe that's just too nice of a scenario that I'm asking for people to get along and try to have some understanding and make it so that it was a good make a tough situation for everybody, just a comfortable transition into actually talking. Transition is kind of fitting. into actually talking about the subject and getting people to feel comfortable and getting people to stop trying to bully trans people and getting people to stop trying to bully on the opposite side. Like, there was just so much better ways to go about doing that. It's unfortunate. So I'll catch you guys next video. Be legendary and peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.